viewers, it's good to have you once again join us on the Opinion Show with VNTV. My name is Okoma Gifty. Now, this is practically what we'll do on the show. We'll talk about trending issues happening around Africa, and we'll talk about politics. You can get interactive with us via our social media handles. On Facebook, it's VNTV. On Instagram and YouTube, it's VNation TV. And don't forget to send in your comments and contributions across.
Most definitely, we would like to hear from you. My name is Eugene Evans. Now, let's take a look at some issues we'll be looking at in some few minutes. Now, since Ghana recorded its first COVID-19 cases, how impressed are you with their case reporting, management and prevention so far? We'll have our opinion on it. And the good news is we actually give some of you guys the opportunity to also share your thoughts on this particular issues. You shared or you sent in your videos. We'll take a look at those videos. We also take a look at the fact that earlier this week, Ghana Education Service and Ghana Health Service released a statement stating that in Accra Girls has recorded the most COVID-19 cases since the school resumed. As a matter of fact, they have about 314 cases of tested cases, and out of it, we have about 50 confirmed positive for the COVID-19 cases. However, the Ghana Education Service still stand by their decision to go ahead with the final year exams come July 20th. The question we are asking is, why are they prioritizing the education over their health at this particular time?
In Nigeria, a police officer shot a 32-year-old man in Ibadan. Now, currently in Ghana, there's this trendy issue happening, like currently it's happening. 2 Nigerians has been arrested for allegedly trafficking 39 Nigerians to Ghana for cyber crimes.
All right, these and many more issues we're going to touch on right here on the Opinion Show. We'll be right back with more after this break. You're welcome back from the break. If you just joined us, this is still the Opinion right here on your favorite channel, VNTV. If you just joined us, just know that we are now about to delve into issues. So let's take a look at our very first story we are looking at today. Now, since Ghana recorded its first COVID-19 cases, the question we are asking is, how impressed are you with the case reporting, the management, and of course the prevention so far? Now, we gave some of you guys the opportunity to share your thoughts with us, and these are what you guys have for us.
All right, so basically we've got just about 3 things to do. For how much impressed or how impressed I am, not that much, I must say. We've got to actually look at 3 things. So number 1, we've got to enforce the laws. Get the enforcement agencies out there to make sure people do the right thing, because Ghanaians, sorry to say, we can be very stubborn sometimes. So basically, I think that law enforcement agencies should make sure that the laws are very well enforced. 2, you must stop politicizing everything that has to do with COVID-19. Decisions that come mostly are politically affiliated. So let's stop politicizing stuff. Finally, let's review our notes, let's review our decisions in fighting COVID-19.
Hi, my name is Diana Kufu, and one of the things that I find absolutely intriguing is that when we talk about recovery cases of COVID-19, it actually means that people still have the virus but cannot infect other people with the virus. And this is absolutely intriguing. So one question for you is, what are you doing to protect yourself? What are you doing? Are you taking the necessary precautions? If you had to think about that for a split second, you are part of the problem. And if you are part of the problem, then it is not good at all. So you need to start from your mind, okay? We have a lot of people that think that this virus cannot infect them. They are totally immune to the virus, but they are not, okay? Nobody really is. So it is advisable to take the necessary precautions. And I am not impressed by the way people are going about it. I'm not impressed by what I see people doing. People are not wearing their masks. People are not washing their hands. It's just not good. People are not taking the necessary precautions at all. And it's not impressive. So let's do the right thing. And if you are not a part of the solution, you are definitely a part of the problem.
Being informed about COVID was a plus, even though at a point we are all scared, and the fear pushed us to be responsible towards each other, and that's the best part, because you know you owe your brother that. Social distancing yourself, sanitizing yourself, washing your hands, wearing a nose mask. We we didn't even know how this virus was transmitting from one person to the other. But being able to have information was the best that anybody could have in this season. Yes, and with the management, a lot of cases were not managed well, but we are getting there. Nobody was prepared for COVID and all, but we are getting there. And I think with time, things will get better.
When COVID-19 first hit our shores, I was impressed by steps being taken by government to try to curb the situation. But after a while, I am not confident of the statistics being provided by the Ghana Health Service concerning the situation. It worries me to see that the electoral exercise is going on in spite of all of these things. It worries me to know that there are thousands of Ghanaians who have been stuck outside the country for 5 months. It worries me to know that students have had to go back to school in spite of the current situation. And it is even worrying that the government has no control over the market pricing of essential products and services. And so there is a lot of work to be done. I don't know when they are going to begin. And it's sad to say that most of the people who are in charge of certain important sectors of our economy or our health system do not really know what is going on the grounds. They do not know, they are not aware, and so we are not really getting the results we are yearning for.
Hi. Ever since Ghana recorded its first case of COVID-19, I think the government has done so well with regards to case reporting. However, in terms of managing the situation, I personally think government has done well as well with regards to contact tracing, provision of PPEs, and then restriction on movements. Now, moving forward, I also think the best way to handle or manage this situation is to still put restriction on movements, else all efforts that were put in place and or that are still put in place now to manage the situation will all just be in vain. Looking at our case counts as of now. Thank you.
Coronavirus has come to stay with us. Our figures over 20,000 recoveries out of over 24,000 cases is an evidence that we have one of the highest recoveries across the continent. But that is not to say that we've done well in the management of the disease, as most of our citizens have taken the disease for granted and are flouting the protocols laid down for the prevention of the disease. And if this continues for a longer period of time, we are going to get an escalated number of active cases, which wouldn't favor our health institution. In as much as we are trying to contain the disease, we also have to do well to ensure that we put in strict measures for citizens to adhere to the protocols, as prevention has always been better than cure.
All right, so there we have it. Thank you very much for sharing the videos. I think we should be doing this often, on this show. I mean, it's the opinion, so we give them an opportunity to share their opinion.
Yeah.
But that's just about it.
Away from Ghana and going to Nigeria. Now, a police officer in Nigeria has shot dead a 32-year-old man in Ibadan. Now, before we talk more on this story, before we dissect into the story, let's see this video.
I was with my brother, my street brother. We are coming from Monoton. We are going to Egbeda at the Iwo Road under the bridge, in front of the Mr. Biggs. So I now realize a Micra, a taxi, was trying to maneuver. His 3 cars behind my own car. So he was trying to maneuver. So the next thing I had is park. As I was trying to park, I just had a gunshot. And I saw my right arm, blood was rushing. My brother that sat beside me, he was shot dead at the spot. I thank God that I survived. They have condemned my hand.
The policemen from the Agodi area command were on a routine anti-crime patrol in that axis on the 9th of July 2020 at about quarter after 12 in the afternoon. At a point in time, they alleged that there was a noise from the other end where some persons were shouting thief, thief. So in the process, they saw a Camry car, popularly called Big Daddy, and they flagged it down. The vehicle refused to stop according to their statement, and was trying to maneuver his way. So in the process, one of the personnel in the team fired a shot to the vehicle, having two occupants, one Kayode Atonda and one Adeyemi. In the process, Kayode Atonda was hit with the bullet at his upper hand, while Adeyemi, the bullet met him at his abdomen.
You can actually see what is going on there. But what I don't understand, the CP is trying to, I don't know what the CP is trying to say there. Is he trying to defend the police officer in a way? Now, what actually happened, we heard what he said. So we know what the story is all about. Now, the thing is, sometimes in Nigeria, you don't give in guns to people that don't deserve it. I am not saying the Nigerian police shouldn't handle a gun. I'm saying that sometimes some Nigerian police are not mentally balanced. It's not an insult, it's a fact. We know ourselves. These people, when they even stop you, when you as a road user, when they stop you, their approach, the kind of things they ask you, the kind of unnecessary interrogation you get from them, that sometimes is actually cool to interrogate people. But all I'm trying to say that do it when it's necessary. Now, out of carelessness, out of nonchalancy and all that, you've killed somebody. So what do you want that's the family of the bereaved to do? Out of carelessness, you shot somebody dead. You thought it was... I don't see the reason why you should pull out a gun to shoot at somebody that's not even armed.
That's the point I was actually coming, because I am not a police. However, I know that you don't fire until it has gotten to a point where, yes. So I don't know. Sometimes they just wanna show us that I have authority and all of that. This is what. But my issue is just interrogate, like you're saying, you meet someone on the way and all of that. Your uniform is enough identity for me to see that, okay, this is some high power or someone actually in power for me to actually respect.
Yes.
Definitely, if you are in uniform and you ask me to pull over, I will pull over.
That. No, the problem here is that now they were telling them to pull over, and according to these guys, they were going to work. You see, they were telling them to pull over and pull over. They didn't pull over. Okay, now you have the gun. It is now the duty of your gun to probably to shoot the tires.
No, if you don't think you can just take their number. If you think that they are not within reach, take their number. Unless probably in some parts of Nigeria, you cannot actually hands down some of the cars,
with their car numbers and all of
that. But even shooting the cars, even shooting the cars, it is even dangerous. Because if you shoot the cars and the cars loses its control, it's another thing, and it might result in death. So whilst we are still bashing the police and all, I feel that the people also,
on their own
they were supposed to actually stop.
Now the thing is, I am not comparing Nigerian police with Ghanaian police. And the one WASSCE, now they talk. I'm in Ghana here, so I know what is going on. Majority of the Nigerian, the police I saw on the road, they are not all back here. Do
like
that
bossy kind of thing.
No, police is not the army.
And I keep hearing them tell us they are our friends. And I keep
police
wondering.
is your friend. That is why we are. See, the guns they are given is in case there is probably a necessity for that. Not because you are chasing somebody and the person doesn't want to stop. You've killed the person just like that.
Before we go on a break, I think we have one more issue to touch on. Yeah.
Now, in Ghana here, there is this trendy issue currently happening in Ghana where 2 Nigerians have been arrested for allegedly trafficking 39 Nigerians to Ghana for cybercrime. Now, my own is this. Before you go to take out people from Nigeria to Ghana, what do you tell them? Okay, let's assume they come to Ghana and they get stranded. Okay, you go and pack them wherever you met them. You take them to your house and you lock them up. You give them laptops, you feed them, and you give them they set a target for them to meet at the end of the year or at the end of the month so that they'll be free. My honest, why would you be doing this? It doesn't make sense. And now we keep saying Nigerians are bad, Nigerians are bad, Nigerians are bad. When you go, let's tell ourselves the simple truth. Let's tell ourselves the simple truth. All over the world, wherever you go, they tell you Nigerians are bad, Nigerians are bad, Nigerians are bad. It is not Buhari that is in Nigeria. It is you that is causing it. Now, this is what you are doing in someone else's land. Currently, hush popping has been arrested. That is already a dent on the Nigerian image. Now, you people are still going to Nigeria to bring out boys to come and do cybercrime in Ghana. It doesn't make sense. And according to them, this boy, one of them, actually came out. They told him to come and weed the grass or something. From there, he escaped. I met some like Ghanaians that took them to police station, and they came to arrest these guys. And my honest, are there no other things these people are supposed to bring people to Ghana to do?
No, the thing is, no, Gifty. I mean, let's don't blame them. The people they actually brought, are they minors? Are they children? Don't they know exactly why they're actually coming to Ghana? Unless probably they were actually told that, okay, these are some of the things, maybe what they told them.
According to him, he said he's one of his friends. He actually, the person that made him come to Ghana, he couldn't find the person. So he was stranded at Kwame Nkrumah Circle, and their boss came there to pick him and all that.
So what did the boss tell you? I mean, for me, if the guy is here, the gentleman is here, and I'm asking him questions, I'll really ask him some deeper questions, because you are not a minor, you are not a child. Yeah. So if someone tells you that, okay, this is what we are going to do, and you feel that it is not okay, you will not follow the person.
When they according to them, they, sorry to use the word, they tell them, when you fuck up, now fuck up, they call them. So when you fuck up, they get to maltreat you, they get to beat you and all that. That is on its own. Now, talking about people going to pick people from their country, people going to Nigeria to pick people. You go to Circle. Not Circle Cry is far. He just this junction. You meet some Nigerian. Me, I'm a Nigerian. I'm in Ghana. So there is this perception about Nigerians in Ghana. Majority of the guys in Ghana, they think, oh, majority of Nigerians in Ghana are doing, Nigerian ladies in Ghana are doing prostitution and all that. You understand? And when you go there, you ask them, they tell you, oh, this auntie came to pick me, or she didn't tell me what prostitution I'm coming to do. So when I came out, we started doing it together. You see, that is some of them, they said the major reasons they are doing the prostitution thing. My auntie is like, okay, if I don't reach this amount of money, I won't be free. So they keep trading people, they keep making people trade their body for money. So my honest, when you are living, where is your mother? How did they even tell these people?
Especially when you don't know anyone in the country, then where are you moving to? Let's not forget that I always say that when you are saying that the grass is greener at a particular place,
but does that mean those people don't have people over there?
They have their issues and all of that. So what are yours? It's as simple as that.
It's so bad as a people. I was talking to somebody who happens to be a Ghanaian during the week. He was like, that it is only a Nigerian that he has seen that said Nigerians will leave their house without the consent of their parents. And they will come out to Ghana.
That's true, though.
They'll be doing prostitution, they'll be stealing, they'll be snatching people's phone and all that. Now, I'm telling you, I'm not speaking for the parents. Sometimes majority of the parents don't even know that their children have traveled. Let me tell you something. Now, you are coming to pick somebody to travel abroad, and there's this whole concept of leaving Nigeria for a greener pasture. Now, you're coming to tell somebody, I'm coming to pick you from your house to this place.
To a better place.
You don't even know what that person is doing. You don't even know the job, whether that person is doing a legit job. You just saw one auntie, you want to follow the person and come.
And that's how gullible we have become.
And sometimes the parents are not of that, they don't agree with it. And because we feel we are above 18, we can do anything in our lives, you join them and we'll come out with them.
Exactly. And to some of the parents, I think there's much they can do. Because as a parent, and if I have a child and the child is saying, okay, not a child, because we are talking about 18 plus here. And then he's like, what? I want to go to a better place, or so to speak, a better place, or travel out to go make ends meet and all of that. And you said I shouldn't go. The parents doesn't have control over that. I mean, maybe when you are, nowadays, these young people, even as young as 16 years, he's actually controlling the parents and everything.
It's becoming too much.
And that's how serious.
And you people that goes to Nigeria to pick boys and come to Ghana, you're making them do this whole thing. It doesn't make sense. You people are denting the image. I'm not saying it make una change. I'm not saying if I talk to tomorrow, I'm not go mind me. But I always say, the talk say, make una beg. This whole Nigerian bad. You know they enter on our hearts. You know they touch you now.
You are the same people who actually complain.
If we're talking about, we should talk about the corrupt government and all that. Forget it though. Now, corrupt governments, they can steal their own and they will go away with it. But you, when they catch you, buying, I've arrested these two people.
And you are in another country too. Forget that. That's the end of your life. Anyway, let's take a break here. When we come back, we'll have a guest join us for us to discuss some issues. We'll be right back. All right, so you're welcome back from the break. If you just joined us, this is still the opinion right here on VNTV. Now, before we went on a break, I told you that we'll be discussing the impact of the COVID-19 on the education sector, and of course, extensively, the fact that the Ghanaian final year students in Ghana are scheduled to write their exams come July 20th on Monday, amidst the COVID-19 concerns. Do you think that's the way to go? Do you think they are actually prioritizing their education over health here at this particular point in time? Well, to help us with the discussion, we have a certified educator at Starts Right School and, of course, Treasure Hands Education, and he goes by the name Joseph Appa. Join us for us to touch on these issues. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Now, before we even delve, we even move to this, the final year exams and all of that. I would like us to start with even before they resume the school and all, during the lockdown with the online learning and all of that. Do you think it was it is a beneficial tool, and why?
Wow, what a question. You know, first of all, Eugene, let's look at it this way. You know, the COVID-19 kind of exposed our inefficiencies as an education, as a GH education.
Right. Yeah.
And so we then realized that if, for example, Eugene is running an NGO, he goes to donate 20 computers or 30 computers to a school, that shouldn't be the end of it.
Yeah.
So, because the children are home now, they don't have access to those
The internet
computers
Exactly.
in the school.
Yeah.
So they need different technology, which is another device at home to be able to access the education that the teachers will provide online. So clearly, for countries that were already adding the online kind of education already before the COVID, it was okay for them.
Yeah.
But as a country, maybe a few schools, I don't know any school yet that were probably some of the international schools were. But for most of the genius schools or private, both private and the public, were not.
Yeah.
And so it kind of took us by surprise. And so for that, teachers have to adapt. Children also, or learners also have to adapt
Right.
to the situation. In fact, even some university students were struggling. And whole institution struggling to be able to provide or deliver education. And so for if you ask whether
It has been beneficial
or not, I think to some extent
It is.
parents who were able to enroll their children give testimonies that at least the children were engaged and they were serious about it. But parents who were not able to, of course, due to many other factors, of course, for some, they say they have only one device or only one smartphone. The dad has it. The dad has to go to work, or the mom has it. Mom has to, or both. They have to go to work, leaving the child at home. Some also complaining that they had bought a tablet and a smartphone for them earlier. They've spoiled it. And so
in a way, it's actually one of the challenges you're having.
Exactly.
No, but didn't it really? So what about those people in the rural areas who don't have access?
So for those of
What
us
happens
who
to
are in
them?
Accra are even complaining.
Now,
Thank you.
So it has exposed the, I don't know whether to call it education inequality or whatever.
So clearly, in fact, I'm saying that even in the cities, we're not maximizing the use of technology there online. So let alone this. So generally,
as a country,
the COVID-19 exposed the inefficiencies.
Now talking about
education.
About the inefficiencies exposing it. Now even in Nigeria currently, it has gotten to the extent where they are like, okay, they think they will be cancelling the WASSCE for this year and all that.
Communication has come out to that.
Now, if it is like that, it means then we have to adapt. We as a country, like I think Africa as a continent, if we were like proactive like the other developed countries were, I don't think this should be a problem, because before now some people are like, oh, our leaders their children are going to school out there and they are actually commanding our children to stay at home because they are not bothered about it. It's not about that. It's about the method of education currently in Africa.
Yeah, so clearly, I say that we can't do the one size fits all. It should be one size doesn't fit all. You know, I remember one time the president even mentioned that. So what is happening in another country A cannot 100% apply to our situation.
Yeah.
But of course, we can pick up best practices happening in
other countries.
places.
Yeah.
So if, for example, let's say Switzerland has opened up and everybody is going to school,
normal,
and
yeah.
it's almost normal, school time for them. If what they are doing to be able to get that running, if Ghana can, why not? We can't look at Nigeria to see
Because
that
they are
Nigeria
locked down.
cannot. We
Why
also
can't
cannot.
we? Yeah.
Yes. So what is it that we can do? If we can do it, why not? If we cannot do it, then we see the other options.
Yes,
but I believe that Ghana currently,
they can.
yes, has the wherewithal to be able to push.
And I was telling somebody, I was talking to a Nigerian about it. I'm like, yes, Nigeria in a way, they can actually say they can't do it because currently considering the current situation of electricity supply in Nigeria. Like me, I'm a Nigerian. I come out from a place where before you on your phone, you have to go and charge. And at the end of the day, they take the light and all that. So I'm like, if we are adapting the online system, Nigerians, the students in Nigeria wouldn't find it funny because we don't have steady electricity. But here lies a case in Ghana where electricity is a constant thing in Ghana.
That's a comparative advantage.
So why are you people still locking the schools? Because to me, they can, I think for me personally, I think they should speak to probably the internet providers. I think the MTN or whatever, they should reduce, do some small cutouts so that the children can actually learn online or anything, if there's anything like that.
But moving on.
Yes, that's what I feel they should do.
Your co-host has said everything.
No, but moving on, what do you think has been the major challenge for the students during this pandemic? I mean, aside the online thing. Yeah.
All right, so I remember one time during our online session with my final year students. Of course, I mean, I'm in the basic, school. So one time I gave them an essay write a letter to your teacher, telling him or her about interesting lessons that you've learned during this COVID-19 period. And one girl whose essay for me was very touching. She looked at lessons not only from the academic point of view, but I mean, she looked at it from the social point of view, where she says that she's learned that how the fact that being in school is the fact that she misses her friends, and so the next time that school resumes, she will always enjoy their shoutings and their disturbances in the school.
Wow.
So this is a great lesson that a girl, has learned. And she's also learned that, look, yes, at home, earlier she wasn't bonding so well with the
parents,
with the family, in general, but now
yes,
how to and all of that. So these were lessons. So when we talk about the problems, there were academic problems or academic challenges, and then there were also the social, challenges. Economic as well. I believe some parents will tell you that they were spending more.
When did you know I
know, right?
They were spending more.
Yeah.
In fact, but for the president intervention or the government intervention that water be free and electricity, I'm sure their expenses would have skyrocketed.
Right.
Yeah. So that is something that or the problems that generally, students and parents, alike face, while they were at home.
Now, moving forward, do you think it was the best practice, or the president given the directive for this final year students to go back to school to write the exam? Do you think that was or is the way to go?
Well, if you ask me, I think that, first of all, I have a different opinion when it comes to examinations in the first place. I mean, how we even conduct examinations and all of that, the weird ratings that we, as if, examination is the final thing. And of course, we do know that there is summative, assessment, there is the formative assessment. I go for more of the formative assessment, where we are being assessed continuous, what you used to call a continuous assessment, so, and not necessarily having to sit down. So for the basic schools, for example, right from class 1 to the 9, which is the form 3, 9 years of education, you sit down in a day and write mathematics.
Exactly.
Everything. For me, I have a problem with it. I think that the new curriculum that started this academic year from last September tries to address that
That
issue in a
issue.
way.
Yeah.
So, well, I give thumbs up to the government on that for that initiative. But moving on to, having to direct that they go back, I think that it's okay because that is what we have. That's the kind of examination system that we have. Earlier, I mentioned that the Nigerian situation cannot necessarily be
The
what
reason
we
why,
adapt,
yeah.
that they have said that they've pulled out from writing
yeah.
the WASSCE, and so we also should say that the science and data show that we have a very high recovery rate.
Yeah.
Very high recovery rate. What are we waiting for? Should we allow the children to continue sitting at home and say that we cannot do anything about it? It's high time we became optimistic
Yeah.
that there is solution to every problem as a people,
Yeah.
even as individuals. If we cannot think this way, then we will continue lagging behind, continue, marking time.
So you are of the view that they should. It was the way to go.
Was the way to go.
And
of course, we do know that there are safety precautions.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, safety precautions have been already, in fact, right from day one, continuously telling us to do this, do that, the face mask, the social distancing, washing of hands, all of these. I think that education, or, well, some people say that there's too much information out there. Yes, but TV stations, radio stations, the media in general, have tried to give some form of education. And so everybody now knows what to do, except to say that a few gloss over some of the safety protocols.
But here is the case where we have started reporting cases. COVID-19 cases in the senior high schools. And you are still here saying that that was the way to go.
So, you see, let's look at it this way. Fine. So, when they went back to school, at what point in time did we even record the first case? Now, we do know that the virus has a gestation period of about 14 days or more. Now, children go back to school, and within a matter of about 7 days or so, we say
They are testing positive.
They tested positive, and not just that, but they are showing
Symptoms.
I mean, I asked myself, so where did it come from? Did they get it from the school? Are we saying the schools are the breeding ground for the virus? Certainly not. Now, when you look at even children at home, Eugene, it's so bad. Some of them are in the market selling ice water, helping their parents, up and down, and they are not wearing face masks, even if they were. Very bad, social distancing thing going on.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are saying that if we should close down schools, then we should close down the markets as well.
Yeah.
Because that is where, in fact, that's where
The
our
major
basic needs come
place,
from.
yeah.
That's where our basic needs come from. And yes, it should go on, but from what is going on, trust me.
I think the reason some people are concerned, or the parents are actually concerned and all of that, they feel that they don't have things under control. So I feel if I have my child there, there's a student there who actually has the virus. I am scared that my child could actually contract the virus. And they don't have anything under control. And they keep telling us that, they can manage the issues. They will isolate the people and all of that. But it looks like each and every day there was a joint statement from the Ghana Education Service and the Ghana Health Service that was released earlier this week. And it stated that only in Accra Girls, about 500 something cases were tested.
Okay.
And then out of that, 314. And out of those cases, 55 came out positive.
Okay.
As a parent, I am home and I'm hearing this kind of information, and you are telling me that, oh yes, because even at home,
we are taking care of it.
Children are also out there and they are, going about their business and all of that, and then there's nothing wrong with it. Why should we shut down the school? And I, as a parent, I am worried because
safe.
I feel you don't have what it takes.
Now, you see, we don't have, earlier, or I'm trying to, make you understand, or at least convince you that, look, the schools generally are safer. At least the children are learning at the same time. The children are learning at the same time. They are building themselves, academically. Whatever that, later they will become and all of that, to some extent depends on what they are able to do in school, or the kind of education and the kind of knowledge that they amass in school. Now, so I am saying that the recovery rate is good. Now, if we decide that we are not going to school, and they are home, are we going to test, or were they going to test the 314 students at home?
No, but you know,
Were they going to test these students at home? Said, I'm not sure they would have.
They didn't start that testing, and until the information started coming out that the students are they actually have the cases and all of that.
Yeah,
So I don't think that opinion is.
You see, that we have a lot of people out there who are not even showing signs.
Right.
I mean, what we call the
Asymptomatic. Yeah.
Now, so if we have a lot of asymptomatic people out there and they've not been tested, and looking at the fact that for almost every 100 people that are tested, you may have about 25 to 30% of them testing positive. Then clearly, as a nation, the 30 million people or so, then we are looking at it that about 10 million or so of us have it.
Positive.
But the point is that we've not been tested. And so if we've not been tested, and for which reason we think that we can go about our normal duties, or our duties, not necessarily normal, but our duties, and trying to be safe, then clearly what prevents schools from also operating? Now, I share with you in the opinion that it looks like the children are not safe to some extent, which is some teachers
are not
have
informed.
Not proving some teachers exactly.
They are
and
not.
For me, that is the weirdest.
That is the
thing that
way.
one,
I think that's why people are not
having issues.
Exactly.
That is why I'm having
That
issues.
is
Now you've Yes, my children are there. They are going to school. Me as a parent, I'm even more informed than you, a teacher. Like considering what happened at Kumasi the last time. Now the teachers were behind. They were having a conversation where the children were helping the child here, and what happened? The child later died. The thing is, and after everything, we heard that the headmistress actually punished the children for what they did. My honest, the teachers are, I don't know. The government is supposed to educate the teachers personally, like let there be probably the 1 week thing.
But there's a lot of education out there
for them.
They should tell them that it's not about putting on their nose masks and having the sanitizers. There are other educations you know. Now the thing is, I'm testing positive is not a death warrant. That I am showing symptoms is not a death warrant. This is what the teachers are supposed to know. That this child will, even if it was coronavirus, you should have at least rushed the child to
attend
the
to the child. Yeah.
You understand? But keeping
Should
quiet.
Yeah, please do. I mean, it's the opinion show. Share your mind.
So I'm just being blunt here. Now, we all know, I mean, before the reopening, what happened? Teachers, I mean, public school teachers, NATs, NAGRATs, and, of course, the other educational workers with the TEU, were at home and they were being paid. Now, so they come back to school. Now, being frank again.
Go there.
Any private school. Any of the private school, private senior high school that is complaining that our children, have it. My information is that some have recorded. However, per the president directive, that when any child shows signs, what do? Or symptoms, you isolate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, of course, get the health officers, informed. Every school has been pegged to a particular health facility.
All right.
Yeah.
So my school, for example, has a health facility, so that should anything happen, as quickly as possible, you
rush the child.
Then, yes, or the 112 that we have been advised always to
the emergency number.
Call, yes, the emergency number. And so, why should it be that to the extent that a child, is suffering, assuming it was even
Corona, yes,
someone taking, video of it, and the teachers were not aware.
They knew, and we were having a conversation behind it.
So my question, were they not even aware? And all this going on, and then the information comes out. Now, I brought in the issue of the private school because it's not that none or nobody.
Yes,
has
I wanted to ask that. Yes,
it's not that nobody has it, because of course it's still Ghana.
Yeah,
there's a possibility. I mean, I don't want to,
be biased here.
My source here, but I'm reliably informed that some of them, have also recorded, some children cases,
Yeah. So why do we have the information?
But they are keeping it under control, as in going through the proper channels,
right?
Isolating them, informing the appropriate health process and all of that. They are not bringing it into the media. Is that what we are not making stories out of it? Yes. So that should Accra girls, a girl test positive or six girls test positive, then should that way we call on the media, Ghana
Tell them
the opinions of VNTV come and take
exactly.
coverage. So come and take coverage. Is that what we are doing? There are so many celebrities and politicians and big people, quote and unquote, out there who have also tested positive. You decide to bring the information out or not. It shouldn't be someone telling another of your status. That has not been it's from the word go. So why should how did the information even come out?
Leaked,
Trust me, it's a bunch of people who don't want us to continue with
education,
the school system, because they know that when they stay home, they'll be paid.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the point.
I think you're making lots of sense.
That's the point.
I mean, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
The opinion.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, finally, do you have any final words to the final year students, especially? I'm sure. Okay, maybe their brothers are in school, but there could be day students out there watching. Maybe your final words to them, because Monday is just here.
Sure. So congratulations in advance. Examination. It's not also the end of the world. Maybe what you are being tested on may not be necessarily what you want to do in life. But hey, you went to school for 3 years, you are done, and you are just going to be asked a few questions. Don't fret, don't worry. Just go in there, positive vibe, and write the exam. You are going to be a success. Just tell them that you do remember all that they have told you, but still note that the education is within. It is already in there. Whether you're able to pass or not. I go for positivity, so you will pass. But trust me, either way, you are still a champion.
You are still a champion.
Okay.
So that's just about it for today's episode of The Opinion right here on VNTV. Please don't forget to get interactive via various social media platforms. On Facebook is VNTV, on Instagram and YouTube is VNation TV, and don't forget to download our app and enjoy the great content on Google Play Store. VNation TV. My name has been Eugene Evans, and I've been doing this with,
and I am Okoma Gifty. You can follow me personally on my Instagram page at Gifty_Ada. Now we are looking all amazing. All thanks to Ty Dye Phil. You can actually follow him on Instagram page at Ty Dye Phil, or you can follow him on his Facebook page at KF Mixed Shirts, or you probably call him on 0245 829565. The number again 0245 829565. Thank you so much for joining us today. See you same time next week.
Bye.